Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The consent agenda passes. Madam Clerk, I do want to, for my colleagues, because there was someone here to speak to 250348-T, and if we're not going to separate that during council, I know she had something else to do, and this was last minute for her, so I do want to tell her that her resolution has passed on to council and she can go, because I know she had other things to get to. So thank you. Thank you. Moving on to Resolution 250346-T, which is the sale of city properties, Neighbor Works Program, Mayor Neely's Executive Order Number 25-005. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the Fourth Ward.
move to council.
There has been a motion to move this resolution to council. Is there support? Support. Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the Eighth Ward. Is there discussion in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Councilman in the Eighth Ward, you have the floor.
So through you to the city attorney. I don't have a problem with this. I just want to make sure that it's not overstepping its bounds with the property disposition procedure. Like, to me, this right here is going around the property disposition procedure for city-owned property. And I just want to make sure that we're not setting new precedents where the mayor can put something under this program and then it falls under, and he can do with whatever he wants under this program.
So it would be my position that this executive order and the associated resolution is not in conflict with the city's property disposition policy, because this executive order and, again, the related resolution only deal with a limited subset, a limited pool of properties that the city is facilitating the transfer from Genesee County to the original owner for the payment of the back taxes and the other amounts,
So,
as opposed to third parties for other city-owned parcels.
so, because the city has other properties, right, outside of these ones here, so those properties would not be eligible for this Neighbor Works program, right?
Correct. Those other properties outside of the ones described in this executive order would still go through the city's standard property, real property disposition program. This is only a limited pool of properties that were claimed from the Genesee County Treasurer tax foreclosure auction that are being disposed of according to the terms set forth in the executive order and the accompanying resolution.
So this would be from here until the end of time, correct? This isn't, does the executive order expire, or does that continue? Like, is this program now for the upcoming year, the following year, like, is this going to be ongoing and we never touch it again?
Correct.
Okay. And the would the all of the fees or whatever that's paid by the resident, because this is only for if the resident is still in the property,
That's my understanding, yes.
and that money would just go to the general fund?
That I'm not sure of. That would be more of a finance-related question.
You have a minute,
Amanda is
29. Mr. Moore,
Or
will
Amanda?
you, Amanda is here? I didn't see her. Whomever the appropriate staff person is.
While you guys are walking up, my initial question was the dollars for this program that residents pay to get their house back where would that money go?
Well, the funds that they paid for was the property taxes that were due for current year and also any water bills due.
So what about previous year's taxes? They don't have to pay those?
Yes,
So all back taxes,
Yes.
whatever's due,
yes,
that would go to the normal department, that tax, the water, the same?
yes.
Okay. I mean, I would kind of like those to go into a separate pile where they help residents in the future to stop them from going to the county, but I guess that's probably a different program altogether. Okay, I have no further questions, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the Fifth Ward, you have the floor.
I think I want to know, first, what department will be overseeing this? Would it be your department, Amanda, or?
Well, I will, once any parcels are, presented to me, then I will make sure that we get the, the dollar amounts for that. But other than that, how it comes to me, this year it came through from Stacy, so from assessment, so.
Now, do we have a list of the properties in question?
There is a list, yes.
Did we get it? Is it within, I don't think it's in our packet.
I'm not sure, the list would change over time, so I'm not sure that was ever sent to the council, but the property owners were notified, and those that were able to participate in the program.
Yeah, but you mentioned properties that residents are already staying in and that they're not going to lose. There must be a list of the properties, are there?
There was a list generated, yes,
It was?
yes.
But do we have the list? The council?
That I don't know.
Okay, first of all, I'm just going to say this. This resolution, 250346 and 250347, as well as 250348. Now, I understand 250348, that's just a matter of, them just needing a vote to do their fundraiser, whatever they're doing. But these other two resolutions, they did not go through committee. And committee is where we do the work. Now, we don't have all the information we need. I don't have all the information I need to make an informed decision and vote on this tonight. So I'm just saying, if this doesn't go back to committee and we're able to talk about this and get the information that we need, I will not be voting on this tonight. So I'm just going to yield the floor, give my colleagues a chance to speak, and that's just how I'm going to put it tonight. Thank you.
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair.
Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion? Anybody in the second round of discussion? Madam Clerk,
Madam Chair.
go ahead.
Second round. Madam Chair, I would like to make a motion that we keep Resolution 350346, that we send it back to committee.
There's a motion to send back to committee. Is there support? It's been moved and properly supported. This is the roll call vote to send, what committee?
Finance.
There's a motion on the floor by the councilwoman in the Fifth Ward to send this to finance and supported by the councilwoman in the Sixth Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis?
No.
Ms. Johnson? No. Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett is absent. Mr. Alamin is absent. The vote is 3 yes, 4 no.
The vote is 3 yes, 4 no. That motion fails. Back to the second round of discussion. Roll call, Madam Clerk, to send to council.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mushat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett is absent. Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no.
Vote is 4 yes, 3 no. That resolution fails to move to council. Moving on to Resolution 250347-T, which is the issuance of public notice, proposed modification, City of Flint Sewer Use Ordinance for Industrial Pretreatment Program, Michigan Department of Environmental, Great Lakes, and Energy. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the Fourth Ward.
send to council.
There's a motion on the floor to send this resolution to council by the councilwoman in the Fourth Ward. Is there support?
Support.
Moved and properly supported by the councilwoman in the Second Ward. Is there discussion? Councilwoman in the Fifth Ward, I'll give you the floor.
Chair, I was gonna, somebody else to speak. Now, and I'll say this again. Resolution 350347-T did not go through committee. And then, with that, we get this big packet of information right here to go along with it. I mean, why are we circumventing going through committee? That's where we do the work. That's where we answer the, ask the questions and get the answers. I will not be supporting this tonight unless it goes back to committee. Then I'll be able to listen, ask questions, and make an informed decision to approve or disapprove. I'm over it. I yield the floor, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair,
Councilman in the Eighth Ward.
is there anybody that can speak to this from the administration?
Is there someone from the administration that is able to speak to the issuance of the public notice? Ms. Best, please join us at the lectern.
Can you give me a little, because we just got this, I don't know if it was emailed to us or not, but we just got this revision. Do you, why is this revision being proposed, and
We're
what is the
required-
purpose?
We're required by the state to update our sewer use ordinance to mirror the requirements of our NPDES permit, and we had to update the limits for discharges by industrial users. So to do that, we had to change some of the language, and that's required. It required us to update the sewer use ordinance. What this proposal is right now is just to put the public notice out for 30 days with the state so that people can review the ordinance and submit comments on it. This is not to pass the ordinance at this point. This is just a public notice.
No, I understand, but when we have a habit of, once we issue the public notice, we never review it the way we should, because we vote on it typically the night of the public hearing. So, is this, I don't see any date that we have to have this done by. We have till the end of the year?
We actually prepared this several months ago, but because there were difficulties with council, we postponed it. Eagle is after us to get this done as soon as possible.
So
I mean,
if
they
you
call us
proposed it
monthly.
months ago, why are we just now getting it today?
Because there were issues with trying to get things passed by council.
So you didn't even bring it? What does that mean? We continually pass stuff forever at this council. What do you mean?
I
So
know.
so you didn't bring it to council because you didn't think you had the votes? I'm trying to understand why you didn't bring it to council. I take your silence as that. I will not be.
I don't really have
I will
good
not be, you know what, your silence
No.
is good, thank you. I appreciate you, thank you. I will not be supporting this tonight. It needs to go back in front of committees and be discussed there, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
So on Saturday, we received the same information that's in our packet that we received tonight. We received that via email. Please check your email for that kind of information so that you can follow up on it and have any questions. This is a committee. This is the Special Affairs Committee. This is where we do the work. We can do the work here that we can do on a Wednesday night committee meeting. So this is a public hearing that needs to be held. The state is after us to hold it, and I will be supporting setting that public hearing at this time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the first round of discussion? Councilwoman in the sixth ward.
Could you call Ms. Jeanette Bass?
Ms. Best, will you please join us at the lectern once again?
Hi, Ms. Bass.
Hi.
So when were you going to, when was it completed or prepared and completed? What month?
I'm not really sure what month. It was sometime after Mr. Quincy died.
After Councilman Murphy died?
Yes, I'm sorry.
So he passed away September 29, 2024.
Right. And this
Okay.
was, I'm sorry, this was prepared after that, but because the vacancy persisted for so long, we were concerned that we wouldn't have a quorum to review it. This is just the public notice. This is not, the final edition.
I want to ask you a very frank question. Are you concerned about not having 5 votes, that you feel that dealing with our wastewater disposal, that you would hold back a resolution?
It was recommended that we wait.
Who recommended, was it the mayor?
No,
Was it Clyde Edwards, the city administrator?
I don't believe so. There was some discussion with him, but it wasn't him.
So, I mean, with these, so that was over a year ago, we're in October. If it was, well, we're saying when Councilman Murphy was alive. To withhold something, and I understand you're saying it's just a hearing, but if it was something, I would hope that you would not be worried about having 5 solid votes, because we're a body of 9. Water is something that everybody needs to survive, and that I'm disappointed that when we're looking at this wastewater disposal regulations, use of storm sewers, and, reading through these, and I had glazed through them in my email, but to hold something back, I understand very clearly, we know what a committee is, because on each of our agendas, it tells us what a committee is, and that Special Affairs Committee is a committee, because committee is in the name. I would hate that you would hold that back and someone would be advising you to not bring it forward and to hold it back. and to cause further division in our city. It's time for us to stop the division, be inclusive. Water, this is the city's business, and it's something that should have been brought forward without hesitation.
Well, one of the other things that slowed it down was the fact that it had to be reviewed by Eagle after we prepared it. It had to be reviewed by our own attorney's office. And I believe there was,
We had a couple changes.
yeah, we had a couple changes, so that slowed it down significantly. So
And
our new city attorney had an opportunity to look at it.
Right, so you would have had,
We probably had a couple months, yes.
yeah.
And it kind of got lost.
Yeah, and I can see that. And so do you feel this is time sensitive right now?
I would like to get it done as soon as possible because I consistently get calls from the district office of Eagle asking us where we are with this.
When did they first request it? When were you notified that you needed to have this completed by? Because we already know it's at least a year.
They just keep saying as soon as possible, as soon as possible.
So if they notified you a year ago, if we're looking at Councilman Murphy's passing, so it was at least a year ago, September, July?
We were working on it then. We didn't have it done then.
Oh, you didn't have it done
No.
in
No.
2024?
No.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the first round of discussion? Anybody in the second round of discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the Fifth Ward.
Madam Chair, I would like to, what did I do with my, oh, I see it. First, I just want to say this. This did not go through committee, and I want to let the public know that Special Affairs, the Special Affairs Committee, is reserved for any standing committee agenda items needing additional discussion or information, as well as for any emergency agenda submission. That's Special Affairs. That's what Special Affairs is designed for. Yes, it is a committee. However, it's a committee for us to get information that we need that we could not get during the committee meeting. So with that being said, I will not be supporting this tonight. I would like for this, I'm going to make a motion for this to go back to committee so that we can look at this and then move it on to council. That's my motion, Madam Chair.
There's a motion on the floor to send this back to what committee?
It looks like it should go to, yeah, maybe legislative.
No, this is government operations, wouldn't it be,
Or
Madam
maybe
Clerk?
governmental operations. What would it be?
It's an ordinance? Oh, so never mind, it's an ordinance. Madam Clerk?
Yeah, it's an ordinance, legislative.
Since the subject matter has to do with an ordinance, you could move it to legislative.
All righty. There's a motion on the floor to send this to legislative committee by the councilwoman in the Fifth Ward, supported by the councilman in the Eighth Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley? No. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mushat?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett is absent. Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis?
No.
Ms. Johnson? No. The vote is 3 yes, 4 no.
The vote is 3 yes, 4 no. That motion fails. Back to the second round of discussion for 250347-T. Councilwoman in the Second Ward.
Thank you. So just wanting some clarity. Madam Clerk, excuse me, through you, Madam Chair, I do apologize, to the clerk. Have we ever submitted a resolution through, well, I'm gonna be more specific. Have Councilwoman Winfrey Carter ever submitted or introduced a resolution to Special Affairs?
Right off the top of my head, I wouldn't be sure about that.
Okay, because I guess I'm referring to the one about Councilman Leonell. I mean, she brought that, bypassed all the committees, went straight to Special Affairs. So I just want to make sure that we are clear when we are going to stand on whether we're going to do something or not and setting a precedent. The fact that we selectively do it, we have to make sure that we're mindful of that. So if either we're going to do it or we're not do it when it's convenient for us, because we see that we have a lot of things that we need to get done. We also saw that Madam Clerk submitted this information to us Saturday, so we had enough time to peruse it and to see what we needed to ask questions about. And thank you so much for submitting the information in hard copy, because I definitely can appreciate that. But, and also to the staff member in the back, I haven't had the pleasure of working with you directly, but I do want to apologize because I know it takes a lot to come before the body. And so when you hear aggression towards you, I know it can probably shut you down. So I just want to apologize because we want to make sure that we are speaking to our employees with decorum. And so I'm in favor of this. We had the word, we had opportunity to answer questions, so thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the second round of discussion?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
that was a missed opportunity. There's no aggression. I think people have choices when we're talking about a resolution, and then we're talking a one-page resolution, and then we're talking a 30-page packet. There is a difference, clear difference. And I think at this time, I think it's a fair thing to say, it's not aggression towards in gaslighting this community. That was just an unnecessary shot taken. So I will not be supporting this at this time. I would like to see it go back. I will be sending some emails in regards to why this was held up for an entire year. And this is our water. If it was time sensitive, it would have been here a year ago. And it bypassed committee, which some things do bypass committee, but for it to be time sensitive and to be told to not bring it, I've got some questions, and I'll be sending some emails. So at this time, I will be supporting, I don't know, we had the vote. We had the vote, and I don't know if we can send it back to Special Affairs after, I don't know, but I will not, and it's not, I'm very troubled about, and there is no aggression. There was absolutely none. I mean, people have a right to ask questions that they want to have asked or have answered, and it's fair. No one person on this body is any better than any other person. We're all equal to our wards. And there should be no more separation and divisive tactics on this council.
Y'all matching.
I know. I know. Jerry already, she pointed out as soon as we got here. Yeah. So today was a great kind of day. I have a great kind of day. So, I don't want Ms. Best to think that it's aggression or anything. I'm going to support, sometimes we support with our colleagues who may need a little bit more time, and I think it is reasonable to support that, because if it was time sensitive, we had a year. So I think another, when are we in the 7 days, 10 days? I think it's fair, because we waited over 365 days. So I yield the floor. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the second round of discussion? Seeing as how there's no one else in the second round of discussion, I will go
Madam Chair.
ahead. I'm going to take my time and then I'm
Okay,
going to get
thank
to you. Yes. Ms. Best, will you please join us at the lectern one more time? Because one thing I want to do is bring a few points of clarity. I know sometimes because we have such limited time when we get answers back, we're not listening to the answers that we're getting. And so sometimes things can get a bit convoluted. So I just want to clear up some things. I believe when Ms. Best was originally asked about why it wasn't brought, she said that she was concerned there wouldn't be votes there. Mr. Pfeiffer, I think, took that entirely wrong because once Ms. Burns got the floor, Ms. Best clarified. It was right after Councilman Murphy passed and we were not able to get quorum. And so she said that. She clarified the fact that it had nothing to do with 5 specific people. It was the fact that, and we can go back and look at our records, there was a very difficult time getting quorum after that. And so I just want to make sure that we are clear and that it is on the record of what you actually said, was the fact that we were not getting the quorum needed to even bring something down that was that serious. And also, I also want the record to reflect the amount of time that it took to get things passed when they finally did pass, right? It wasn't like it was just one of those things. We probably would have been trying to do this at this time anyway, Ms. Best. I do want to be clear that we are here now. We know what this is. We've had this since Saturday. I'm not mad at anybody that needs a little bit more time because, I mean, you know, sometimes people just need to take a little bit longer to understand when they get documents and stuff in front of them. So I get that. I want everybody to have the time that they need to go over documents. So that makes sense. But I want us to, when the staff is speaking, make sure that we're hearing you clearly, and that the fact that you said that quorum was the issue, nothing else. That you were advised because it was probably going to be long and drawn out. But I also want to make sure that we heard you when you said that Eagle keeps calling you, saying the sooner the better. So there, you're doing your part, right? It was prepared, it was done. And so now you've kind of got pressure on both sides. You've got Eagle calling you to say, hey, where's this at, what's happening? And then you also had the pressures of working in this building and knowing that you couldn't get a full council here, or at least 5 people here to even go over and give this information and give it the time that you would have needed to given it. So I see you, I understand your position, I understand, obviously it probably took a lot longer than you would have liked for it to take, but there has to be, some responsibility on all ends about what was happening during that time. So I do thank you. I thank you for the work that you are doing. You enjoy the rest of your evening. Madam Clerk, I believe you wanted the floor, so I'll yield. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to make sure that council understood that that ordinance was sent just for your review, because when I received the resolution, it was attached. And there are some circumstances where we have an exceptional request for a public hearing notice like this. We have to do a joint notice with Eagle. So working with the attorney's office in conjunction with Ms. Best and Water Pollution Control as well as Eagle, it's a matter of making sure that we publish it as required by law. And as she mentioned, this ordinance has to be provided to the public, or I'm sorry, it might have been Attorney Cups, has to be provided so that the public can see the amendments that are being, or the modifications that are being requested. So it's going to be a tricky thing only because normally the ordinance has a first reading and then we publish. So because the ordinance had been received, I just wanted to make sure that you had it in case you had any questions about it, but the ordinance is definitely not up for first reading or anything at this time. It's just a matter of setting that public hearing and having enough time to give the 30 days notice for the public. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. I do believe we are on to the roll call vote for Resolution 250347-T, which is the issuance of a public notice. Proposed modification, City of Flint Sewer Use Ordinance for Industrial Pre-Treatment Program, Michigan Department of Environmental, Great Lakes, and Energy, also known as Eagle. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Vote is 4 yes, 3 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no. Resolution 250347-T fails to move to council. I will
Madam Chair.
entertain a Councilwoman in the Sixth Ward.
I'd like to make a motion to send it to, to Special Affairs Committee
This is Special Affairs.
for next week.
To,
Legislative, was it the legislative? Yeah, not us.
I think that motion already failed.
Yeah,
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there support?
support.
I don't know how that works. Somebody's in the middle making a motion.
I don't know what we could send it to anyways.
Just bring it back up at
All righty.
legislative next week.
Support, roll call, Madam Clerk, for the motion to adjourn.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Vote is 7 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 0 no. The time is now 5:41 PM on Monday, October 13th. This Special Affairs Committee meeting is hereby adjourned.
Okay, just a reminder to the public, this is the time to fill out slip for the council meeting, public speaking. If you have already filled out a slip for special affairs, you do not have to fill out another slip. Thank you.
The time is now 5:47 PM on Monday, October 13th. I hereby call this city council meeting to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Johnson is not in. Ms. Priestley is not in. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 5 members present.
We have 5 members present. It is now time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Jarrett, will you please lead us in the pledge? Hold on one second, I'm sorry. Can you start over there, please?
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now time for the prayer of blessing, but before we get to the prayer of blessing, is there anyone who has someone or a family that they would like to acknowledge?
Madam, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Councilman in the Ninth Ward.
Would like to request a moment of silence and acknowledgement for the Dudley family, Dudley/Thompson family, passing of Mr. Philip Dudley, who also was a City of Flint employee as well. That's all.
Thank you, Councilwoman in the Fifth Ward.
Yes, Madam Chair. I would like to ask for a moment of silent prayer for my family, the family of Mr. Homer Winfrey Jr., as well as the family for Mrs. Doris Smiley, and the family of Mr. Corey Nolden, the late Brian B.B. Nolden's brother.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to remember a family at this time? All righty, seeing as how.
I want to go ahead and take over from here.
Oh, no, I was going to throw it to you to pray.
No, so I had to ask somebody.
Oh,
Yeah.
long as you pray after.
Okay. All right, so I would like to acknowledge Mr. Carlton Darnell. He's an upcoming entrepreneur that specializes in cooking oysters in the city. So a special memorial for him, and as well as Mr. John McDaniels. And that will conclude it.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
I would like to ask for a moment of silence for Mr. Clyde Edwards Sr. the
Clyde
father-
Edwards Sr.
Correct.
Okay.
The father of our city administrator, Mr. Clyde Edwards.
Okay. All right, thank you. Vice President, did you already select someone to pray?
Yes, I want to make sure that we keep all of the families in prayer. And thank you, Madam Clerk, for reminding us about Clyde Edwards Sr. Yes, at this time, I would ask that Dr. Lewis lead us in a word of prayer.
All right, thank you. So please, head bowed and hearts and minds clear. Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather one more time. We thank you for the opportunity to serve. And so we want you to guide our hearts, guide our minds, guide our mouths, as we conduct the business for your people. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, so now we are moving on to the next item on the agenda. And I believe that is oh no, we already did that, didn't we? Okay, sorry. At the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection, any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of the City of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. So now, is there any request for changes to the agenda? All right, seeing none, we will
Madam
go ahead
Chair.
and move forward with the public hearing.
Madam
Public
Chair.
hearing number, I'm sorry, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
I just wanted to point out for the record, there is a note on the agenda, but I just wanted to make sure that the council and the public understood that there was an administrative errors made on the committee agendas, and some of the resolutions had an incorrect number. And you'll see asterisks. Those are just to correct those resolution numbers. Council votes on the agenda items. And so administratively, I just made the decision to correct those numbers because you hadn't voted to approve or deny them in a final manner. So I just wanted to point that out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now it's time for the public hearing. Public hearing number 250291.6, the public hearing regarding obsolete property rehabilitation district, 703 South Grand Traverse Street. And before we get started, I would like to give the floor to the attorney so he can explain this.
I don't really have anything additional to add to this, other than to note that when the resolution calling the public hearing was originally considered and passed by this council, the proponents of that resolution did have an opportunity to speak, and I know questions were answered from the relevant department within the city as well on the substantive workings of this OPRA.
Oh, okay. Thank you, attorney. So now we will go ahead and proceed with the public hearing, Madam Clerk.
So for public hearings, anyone that wishes to speak during this hearing would just walk up to the microphone, state your name for the record. You have 3 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Stanley Wood. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, this is the property that they're building the restaurant at, and that'll add some more jobs to the area. So I'm 100% in favor for this. That's it.
All right, next speaker.
Mario Mitchell, and I'm not mistaken, this is the property over on Grand Traverse where we're going to build this restaurant, and we the people had affirmed this, and we was here today to affirm it again. And welcome to Flint and the Grand Traverse, people's in the Grand Traverse house, just like Flint Osteopathic Hotel over there on Court Street. When they built it, they didn't want the public to know about it. But you people let us know that you're gonna build. That's the way you do business in Flint. That's for the record. We Flintstones. Welcome to Flint. We need some more restaurants in Flint anyway. Take that.
All right, next speakers. Want to encourage those that do speak, please be germane to the public hearing. Any more speakers for public speaking? And please note that this is exclusively on the obsolete property rehabilitation. So this isn't public comment. This is just public speaking on that specific hearing. All right, seeing that we don't have any more speakers for the public hearing number 250291.6, I declare public hearing 250291.6 officially closed. Now moving on to public comment. First speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. Speaking on this situation called gaslighting in Flint, the first time we got lighted, it was in 1991 over in Atherton Terrace. Just like when you try to get $1 million to knock them houses down before you can build, the same thing is going on with that Eagle situation with the woman come up here talking about the councilman done died, and we just add on situation want us we to be okie dokie before we can get gas lighted again, but never again, like the Middle East people say, never again we'll get, like they blowed up the senior citizen home over on Atherton Terrace. I don't remember that stuff. And all that, and they still asking for money, $1 million right now, to finish demolition over there before they can go farther. Just like in Massac neighborhood, asking for $165,000 just for one house to rebuild inside, no gutted out and all that stuff and all that waste of money and stuff and all. You can build in the other ghettos, you can take care of about 250 houses with that one house with Massac, the 7th Ward and all that stuff. And the beat goes on in Flint with that gas light and stuff. The woman in the 2nd Ward talking about, Miss Byrne was talking harshly at the woman. You don't have to apologize to them business peoples. You don't have to, there ain't no weak peoples. Don't apologize. They're working for us. That's us. Oh, 2nd Ward. And you know good well, we the people ain't going for it. We want our, I almost said, Heil Hitler. Hey man, what they done to you? Welcome back, 9th Ward. Wow, stay around the barber shop and you get a haircut without your permission. Hello? All right, and we gonna, all these bobbleheads in Flint, well, we gonna get names put on this building right over the Hassel Center. There are no old folks home. We gotta build a grocery store in 1 year. The tell Reverend Slims what he talking about, 15 years like the Detroit, we ain't copying off of them. We Flintstone, we can build stuff in 3 months, like the old Door Highway, working on them junkyards. You build a junkyard in 1 month, the frame is already up. The junkyard of the day, getting all them people's, all the teenagers, fast cars and junking them because they don't know how to drive, going 150 miles an hour down Kyle Road, and they junking them supersonic cars like it ain't nothing funny. And nobody's saying nothing about it. They got babies having babies and taking their babies and taking their guns. And stay tuned, America. In New York, watch out. Trump on the way back to Flint.
All right, thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Stanley Wood.
Councilwoman Johnson, you weren't here right at the right time earlier, and I just want to thank you for being engaged and speaking up about the drug testing when they were talking about that. That's what the people want to see. I want to see you engaged. I want to see you put your input in on things. And just know that I have to be on time every time in order to speak. So that means I got to have my slip in at 4:30 on a Monday or 5 o'clock. But today's attendance, there was only one person here on time. Quorum wasn't established until 4:39, so 9 minutes late. Again, I have to be here on time in order to be able to speak, but yet I guess you guys think our time isn't valuable. I don't know. Next time you guys decide to talk about changing the council rules, what I would like to see, because I've seen it affected Councilwoman Priestley and Councilman Pfeiffer directly, is I'd like to see where, if you guys could change the rules that as they call somebody up through the chair, that their time freeze during that time, because like I said, for Councilwoman Priestley, it was like 1.5 minutes, almost 2 minutes before they could come up with their answer, and with Councilman Pfeiffer, it was well over 1 minute today. So I'd like to request that. Councilman Pfeiffer, I agree with you. Silence is an answer. If you're not gonna say anything, I look at two things. Silence is an answer, or silence is acceptance. One of those two things. So if you don't do nothing about it, you stand silent. If you're just gonna stand there and silent, then you pretty much answered my question for me. For the two resolutions that failed to go back to committee, there was a reason they failed, because they can bring them back up for reconsideration as long as they have their 5 votes. It'll get rubber stamped through, so we don't have to worry about that for them. And as the great Eric Mays said, committees are due to the work. Special affairs is in case there's some questions that didn't get answered, they could get answered in special affairs, then go on to council. Special affairs is not a quote-unquote working committee. It's to get some answers and go on from there. And then Councilwoman Lewis, thank you for clarifying about the one about getting houses back and what they would have to go through. Thank you.
All right, next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Mari Copany. Next speaker is Arthur Woodson.
Mr. Stanley, don't thank her for what she did, because that wasn't my question. I know what the program was. I asked about the addresses. And here's the thing, right? I tried to ask a question that I already know the answer to, just to see if a person would tell me the truth or give up that information. A guy named Ryan works here at the city, and he took people money over a year ago, and they never got back in touch with him about saving their houses. And they want to know what is going on with their house. Liddell, I don't even like calling you councilwoman, because we can come up here and speak professional, and you still, with your raggedy wig, want to attack people, man. That wasn't even nothing to answer. I mean, your response is trying to I got you moment, instead of just responding, trying to figure out what it is that I was talking about. NPDES, Ms. Johnson, Councilwoman Johnson, you just getting on this council, and this sewer thing is highly important. Do you know what an NPDES is? Committee would be where you would learn about the NPDES. It's where they release toxins in the sewer, and it goes to the Flint River. Back in 2014, if they would have been checking Outfall 1, they would have known that Lockhart was dumping barium, arsenic, cyanide, PFAS, 1,4-dioxin, benzene, vinyl chloride. Then in your ward, you have Ajax. Ajax is over in Genesee Township, but they are running their runoff over into Outfall 1. So will this ordinance put teeth to where Flint will be able to stop that? You don't know. So why would you not want to put that in committee to where you can find out? Please, stop voting along with Liddell, because Liddell knows nothing. Liddell is nothing but a bobblehead, somebody who just votes and know nothing. Please stop. I beg of you. Please stop just voting just to go along. I get on Ms. Winfrey when I feel like her vote is wrong. I talk to Mr. Pfeiffer and Tanya. I'm not just saying this to you. I always say something to them, and we are friends. I'm just saying it in respect, due respect, because I can't talk to her. Nobody can talk to her. She never
And
even
we're going to stop here.
apologized.
That's your time.
She never
Next
even
speaker,
accepted
Madam
it.
Clerk.
The next speaker is Keelani Copany. I'm assuming it's
She's
in.
not present.
Next speaker is Sarah Houston.
Sarah Houston, 6th Ward, coming back to my why. Access to communication is a right, not an issue to be discussed. Last time, it was said that Detroit City Council requires a 48-hour notice. That is not true any longer. They provide interpreters every council meeting without request. Also, Mott Community College provides interpreters for their board meetings without request. Genesee County Board of Commissioners provide interpreters without request. The budget should not be an issue when we have board members itching to give $300,000 to other endeavors. I understand that that $300,000 is needed for replenishing a food desert, but you are starving your deaf citizens of vital information every time a press conference is held, a resolution gets passed, where ARPA resources that they are entitled to can be found. Every time the city puts on an event, the deaf are the last to know because they are among the least thought about. The city of Flint is home to the State School for the Deaf, and the city of Flint never thinks to include them in the very things that their money pays taxes for. That is shameful. I ask that you think of them in all that you do in this city. I ask that you to be in compliance with the Michigan State Deaf Persons Interpreter Act. Look it up if you don't know it, it's actually real. And provide their God-given right, which is access to language. You have had a request over a year ago, yet and still they are waiting. That is also a lawsuit waiting to happen. I would ask, please, that you would think of the citizens, your deaf citizens. They're just as vital as the people on the north side, because there's deaf people over there starving too, don't even know there's a grocery store that's supposed to be happening. We're not giving them what they need, what they deserve, what their right is to. Thank you.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Ms. Jackson.
Good evening. My name is Janice Jackson. I am Kiki's mother. I want to state for the record that Leon don't stay at 606 Mott Street. Police officer testified, well, he didn't testify, he said to us that the only people that stay there is the lady and her dog. I also want to state this too. My grandson, I spoke with a counselor, and he's terrified of his daddy. He's terrified. He witnessed his daddy beating on his mom. Her other kids do not want to go over there where he stay at. Turn around, my daughter, her daughter went back to stay with her in June. Leon kept on trying to come in on her in the bathroom, in her bedroom, not knocking. He's a sex predator too. And I want to mention the lady who stayed on 606. He said they were partners. Seen them at Tim Hortons. So y'all want to keep a sex offender, a predator on y'all council? When y'all gonna wake up? And to you, Miss, I ain't gonna even call you a Miss, Liddell, since I know that you the one talking about coming to drag my daughter out, I wish you would've. I wish you would've, baby. You know, cause you less of a woman to deal with a demon from hell. You less of a woman. All y'all sitting up here with this welfare dingling going around here. All y'all want is him. You less of a woman. You less. And you less of a woman to allow him to sit on that council. No, he's claimed he stay over there with a sex offender who mess with kids. He took the joy out of my grandkids. He took the smiles away from them. And like I said, I wish you would have came that day. And I've been waiting on him. It ain't no threat. It's not no threat, I promise you. And I'm gonna say this, her daddy getting up here talking that mess, apologizing to yeah, look at the clock. Apologizing to him, I'm not the one. I am not the one. Y'all met Squeak. Y'all met her. So whenever y'all ready to bounce, y'all know where I stay at.
And next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Tanya Jones.
Good evening, my name is Tanya Jones. I'm the mother of D. Michael Edwards. And first of all, I want to say, Ms. Liddell, you said aggression, and you apologized to them back there. Since day one, I've been coming here concerning my son and the opioid crisis. All I've been getting is aggression, mainly from you. Mainly from you, and lies, Candace, aggression. But you got a child too, so you don't know what their future might hold. And I promise you that. Karma is something else different. And on that, guess what? Let me go ahead and go on. I would like to know where's the money for the $150,000 of the opioid money that y'all gave to Leon. The opioid crisis is real. Who signed off on it? It's people out here. My son, I brought my birthday in. My birthday is October 9th. I brought my birthday in not knowing where my son at, because he a part of the opioid crisis. His journey is my journey. And I'm going to keep coming down here, and guess what's preaching about the opioid crisis? I just learned out of Miss Claire invited me to the Flint Public Library this past Saturday. I'm grateful for the things that he go out here and he do. I'm grateful for Claire, because I did not know, Miss Claire, I did not know about the people that died behind the water crisis. I didn't know. I go to the library about ready to cry my lashes off, because it's real. People out here dying, and y'all taking the opioid money, y'all taking the ARPA money, y'all taking the water money. Y'all just taking everything. From my understanding, I done heard the bus station's supposed to get torn down and apartment's supposed to be built. This is unreal. This is the city of Flint. I don't know what I'm doing out here, but guess what I'm doing? Y'all act like y'all don't care about the people. And Adele, you can look down all you want, but you said aggression. You apologize to them people in the back. You need to apologize to everybody that come down here every week. We got lives, but we come down here. I just had to deal with John Cole. I went to that case because if he got out, guess what? I was hoping he'd get out, because guess what? I would have been locked up. The system is so broken around here. Y'all don't see that. But when karma hit y'all family, it hit one of y'all. I got a life. I got other things to be doing. But my son matter. The mayor don't care about nobody. But like I want to ask again, why did Leon get you can look up all you want, but why Leon get $150,000 of the opioid money? I would like to know that. Have a good night, but I know you're not going to answer. But God see everything.
All right, Madam Clerk, is that the last speaker?
That's correct.
All right, thank you. So public speaking is now closed. Do we have anyone that would like to comment for council response? Anyone?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Murphy Carter.
First, I would like to thank all of the speakers and thank all of everyone in the audience. Thank you for being engaged in the process. Ms. Sarah, thank you for always coming up to this podium and speaking life into the deaf community. And what you're saying, I totally agree with you. And I will work with our clerk, our city clerk, to make sure that we try to do what we need to do. Because you're right, we are excluding that whole population. And they should very well be included. Kiki's mom, thank you for coming forth. I do sympathize with you 100. And everyone, Tanya, thank you for coming and standing strong for your son. It means a lot. Madam Chair, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, so since we have no one else, we will go ahead and move on to the consent agenda.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Councilwoman Sharp.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda along with the presentation of minutes.
All right, so the motion on the floor to approve the consent agenda with the presentation of minutes. Any support?
Support.
All right, supported by the councilman in the 8th Ward.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Mr.
I'd like to
Piper.
separate 250299.
250299.
Yep, and 250336.
Hold on, 250299, what's the other one?
336.
336. Okay. All right. Seeing that that is it,
Madam Chair,
go ahead.
I just want clarity about what the double asterisks mean.
Madam Clerk, could you please explain the double asterisk, please, on 250?
On the ones that have them,
hold
just
on.
what does the double asterisk
Thank you.
mean in general?
So those were misnumbered during the committees.
Got
So
it.
these are corrected numbers, same items. It was just where there's 3 in the 100th spot on committees, it was a 2 on some of them. So these are just corrected agenda numbers.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we have 2 separations. So the consent agenda will include the presentation of minutes, in addition to Resolution 250332, 250333, 250334, 250337, 250338, 250339, 250340, 250329, and 350348. All right, so now it's time for the vote. Roll call, Madam Clerk, for the consent agenda.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley? Is not in. Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The consent agenda has passed. So now we are on to the first separation, which is